What's up, everybody? Cedric Procedure here. This is CRWC, and we will be reviewing Friday Night SmackDown. This is SmackDownish, and this will be on the verge of their, I guess, PLE, Premium Live Event, Backlash. So we got that to watch too. That'll probably be tomorrow or something like that. But we're going to just jump right on in here.
So the first match of the night that you really figure out from the rhetoric is LA Knight and Priest teaming up against Jacob and Solo. And, you know, it's the classic, we're opponents because we want the same thing, but they're making us tag up. So I don't trust you, you don't trust me, but we agree to have each other's back in the ring. And so they do that, and LA Knight goes out.
I like that intro. I like when they do that with the wrestlers.
And while that's going on, they're still doing their general intro, showing people, showing wrestlers coming into the arena, and they show Jade outside. She got on a cute little girly outfit, and she's talking on the phone and carrying her water bottle, and she's passing one of the tractor trailers for WWE. It's got Naomi's face on it. So she pauses, and you can visibly see she has to keep from throwing her phone, but instead she throws the water bottle at the picture of Naomi and then keeps on going.
You could tell it wasn't her dominant arm.
Yeah,
she threw it. It was awkward, but she had range.
Yeah, because she's a lefty.
Yep.
And, you know, she didn't want to throw her phone. Not only is it her phone, the person she was on the phone with would have been real confused.
Did you just throw me into a trailer? I'm watching TV.
Yeah, really. And so Priest comes out, and then Jacob and Solo come out to Jacob's music. Let's see. What's his name? LA Knight and Priest were arguing about who's going to be first in the ring, and while they were arguing, Solo went ahead and attacked Priest, and Knight was looking like, you just got attacked, and he got out the ring.
Yep. And what I said to that was like, you know, the difference between a makeshift team and a legitimate tag team. A legitimate tag team, your partner get attacked. You need to start attacking the one attacking your partner. You know, but then again, a legitimate tag team, somebody would already been out the ring anyway.
Yeah.
So it would have made sense, you know. It's like, well, you know, got to fight back, partner.
This is like Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Watch my back. Your back just got hit two times.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I mean, he watched it.
So they're wrestling. Priest goes up to the turnbuckle, kind of, and delivers a double axe handle to Solo, which is stupid. This is the second double axe handle they've done. Not they, but wrestlers have done on SmackDown in the past 2 weeks. And they do it poorly because the one they're attacking has to stand there and wait for it and look at them, jump off the top rope, and hit them with the double axe handle. They need to stop it.
Yeah. If your opponent got to look at you for more than 2 seconds, is way too long. Way too long. They should still be a little recovering when you jump.
Yeah. Let's see. Priest stands jaw-jacking Jacob, and Knight runs around and attacks Jacob on the outside, on the announcer's side of the ring. And then I think Priest and Knight start arguing about it.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't need you for that.
Yeah.
And then it goes to commercial, so the sound fades. And I'm just like, what are they blanking? Like, he just must have went to a tirade of swears. I wasn't smartened up on that part at that time.
Yeah, it goes quiet as they go to commercial.
But I got there. So she helped me.
Priest and Knight are standing there arguing, silenced the whole time. Let's see. Later up on the turnbuckle. No, yeah, on the apron. Excuse me. Solo headbutts Priest, and it was a close-up headbutt. It looked really good. And then he proceeded to do Fatu's taunt.
And that was, I think that was just Solo having a little fun, because he did it. And he did this common gesture of, it's weird. Like, I know that was dumb. I'm just messing with you. That he did that, and he was smiling and stuff. I was like, dude kind of broke character strongly on that.
And he wasn't the legal man. Fatu was in the ring. He saw it. He didn't seem to be bothered.
Yeah, because if he was mocking him, and that's in the storyline, Jacob would have had an issue.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't seem to. And so the whole time that Jacob is in the ring, they are cheering and 5-2, and then he tags in Solo, and they start booing immediately.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Solo does his Samoan drop. It's as bad as Nia Jax.
But we
every
who
time,
trained who?
Yeah, every time Solo gets in the ring, he loses Fatu the advantage that Fatu gained while he was in there. And it happens again. He gets in the ring, he tags back, Solo tags back in, and the crowd goes from cheering to booing.
And he lose the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your pattern set.
Let's see. What is this? The priest blind tags while doing his taunt to try to finish Jacob. And then Knight returns the favor with the blind tag. LA Knight ends up hitting Solo because Solo always loses these. Jacob celebrates in the ring. And then Drew comes in there and lands his boot kick. I mean, it was so fierce and so terrible. I don't even know if Jacob gonna make it to the match at Backlash.
Yeah, I think Jacob lost about at least half his bottom jaw, man.
I mean, it was terrible.
It was all jacked up.
That boot, that big boot.
You're gonna hate forever, ain't you?
Look, man, the wrestling industry has trained us to know that a big boot is a mid match move used by a big man, and now it's a finisher for littler men. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I get you.
You know, if the Big Show did a running, jumping, one-legged boot, okay, yeah, he's probably gonna be dead. But Drew McIntyre ain't the Big Show.
And Sami Zayn ain't Drew McIntyre.
Nope. So
at least, you know what? At least they aren't thigh slapping.
That's true.
Sammy, he still kind of does a little bit. He's broken himself of the habit a little bit, but he keeps wanting to do it. You can see the motion, and it's like, stop thigh slapping. It's okay.
So when we watch this, it's broken up in parts. So I guess whoever is presenting it maybe forgot part of it, because when we come back into it, Jade's intro is just beginning, and she looks phenomenal.
And the crowd is all over it.
Yeah, and then she's coming down, and midway down the aisle, Charlotte's standing there, you know, in her two baggy pants, and Jade gives her a whole look up and down. Then she goes to the ring and grabs the mic and says, "Hey, Charlotte, you had your chance. You blew it. You need to get to the back of the line." And that's, you know, fighting for the women's title. And Charlotte just turned and started walking like,
And I'm sitting here like, what was Charlotte doing in the ring? Did she have a match? Was she just doing a promo that no one liked?
She was doing the promo. She didn't have on match wear.
Because she was how can I say, not getting any reactions. Like, you know, it was quiet, and then Jay's music hit. If you know, oftentimes after a good promo, heel or babyface, you're having the crowd reaction. No, it was quiet, and then Jay's music hit.
According to the commentary, Charlotte was upset at the reception she received from the audience. So if that's the case, going by commentary, she was probably getting booed, because she gets booed fairly often.
She do. It's just it was like, it went dark. Okay, everyone just said we're gonna wait for the next person because, you know, damn Charlotte.
And she was probably in there complaining that, you know, she needs to get a rematch or something against Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Let's see. So the match is Jade versus Nia Jax for the #1 contendership for Tiffany's title. And after, Nia Jax comes out there, Tiffany comes out there because she wants to watch. She's going to sit in the chair by the commentary people. And the commentary people are acting like they don't know what's going on, even though this empty chair is now to their right, which is stupid. And Jade and Nia get started. And early on, Tiffany yells arbitrarily, "You suck, Nia," which was great because Nia does suck.
Yeah. Some things cannot be denied.
It was a match. I'm not a fan of Nia Jax because she doesn't know how to utilize her size. She doesn't have any endurance.
Was I asleep on some of this?
I don't know. You were back there doing something.
I must have came up here and just started and sat down.
Or you in the kitchen. But Nia doesn't have any endurance. We talked about her in the last SmackDown. She's strong enough to drag her across the ring, but she can't lift her off the ring. She can't deadlift her. I don't even know if she can adequately take her off her feet. Nia attempts a stretch muffler. So a stretch muffler is you grab the opponent's leg, drape it around the back of your neck, and you lift them up, supposedly doing damage to the knee.
Originally, you just kneel. You don't lift them up. You kneel. They're on their back or their side, and you got the leg draped over you. That's how it was done, but people, they do their own versions of it, which is nice.
So Nia stood up with it.
Yep.
And she had to go through a lot to get into position and then to heave her body, Jade's body, off the mat. And then after doing all that and spending all that time, she only holds her for 5 seconds. Then she walks around, does a bunch of stupid taunts.
Trying to get her energy back.
And then she goes back to do it again, but she cannot do it. She cannot lift her back up.
I'm like, I was like, that's got to be the laziest wrestling attempt I've ever seen. That was lazy.
And the positioning was she is bent over in a semi-squat position. Yep. And she's got her leg draped over the back of her neck. But she doesn't have the strength in her back or her legs to just stand up with her. She didn't
utilize her back. She didn't utilize her thighs.
She just keeps, I don't know what she's trying to do, but she cannot lift her. Jade has to twist her body awkwardly and then do a full push-up and then turn and do a sit-up to help Nia get her into the move. And then she wriggled down back behind her and they went on to something else.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a counter to a sunset flip type thing. And
it was terrible.
Jade had to do all the work.
Jade, the green one, had to do all the work. I mean, being big, she's a sizable woman, but you can be sizable and have no power, and that is what she's got. She's got no power. She needs to work on that. I don't care whether she loses weight or not. That's not my bag. She needs to work on her power. If she's supposed to be a female powerhouse, she's not it. She's just a female house. And I'm not saying that because of her size. I'm saying she's got no power. So all that's left is a house.
Yeah. Because I was talking about how strong she presents herself, dragging Jade last week, and then this week I'm like, well, thanks, Nia, for making me look like a fool. I won't be saying nothing nice about you, because I thought the last thing she had was at least some strength, but I'm like, you can't even engage your quads, get your hips up under you and lift.
She doesn't have any core.
Jade, when she's lifting, it shouldn't be dead weight.
No.
And Jade wasn't going to be dead weight. You can see Jade had herself planted to push up.
Mm-hmm.
Nia just couldn't do it. I was like, this is bad.
And she's used to wrestling much smaller women where she does not have to put forth any effort. All she got to do is kind of run a little bit and hit them and they fall over. She doesn't have to do anything. But now she has to work, and she can't do it.
I realized here when Jade got up to Charlotte again, this is like the second or third time they've been in that close to each other. Charlotte has always seemed painfully thin. You know, scrawny but ripped. Mm-hmm. But she didn't look like that next to Jade. Tiffany don't look like that next to Jade. She don't look minuscule. Mm-mm. In AEW, Jade was much larger than everybody. And it was clearly noticeable. Not even a conversation. If you tried to argue against it, it's like just look at the screen and you shut all that down. Here, everyone seems sizable.
I'm going to...
I ain't saying equal.
No,
I just don't look diminutive.
So they come in two varieties on WWE, I've noticed. They've come in Jade size.
And short skirt McDuffie.
And short skirt McDuffie. That's it. There is not much in between them. Either you're Io Sky or you're like 5'10". So you're Io Sky or you're Rhea Ripley. Because she's tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zelina Vega is not.
Nope.
Chelsea Green is tall. What's that chick, the Harley Quinn chick that just came back?
I don't know.
Somebody Bliss.
Yeah, Alexis Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. She is not. The man is tall. Valkyria is not.
Yeah.
And that's there's no in between. And we're talking about probably 4 or 5 inches, but it makes a huge difference. Because for some reason, Bliss said something to Charlotte, and it looked like Bliss came like face to boob level with her. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Who's got heels on? Who doesn't? Something's off about
Bliss.
Bliss
looked like she was Charlotte's little annoying sister.
Yes.
And look at me. I'm going to be Harley Quinn, and I'm going to be messing with everyone. She's like, stop. Just stop. He's like, nope, going to mess with them. And then it cuts away.
I think the best part about this match up to this point is that, you know, Jade looks like a woman that should be dominant, but she's in a situation where she isn't the larger competitor, and she's having to work from underneath. And when she was in AEW, you never really saw her work from underneath. Maybe for like a couple of minutes, but then she's back in control. So she was working from underneath here. Almost, I'm not gonna say for the first time, but the first really noticeable time. And she was not doing a bad job. She was doing good.
I thought she did well. And a lot of times, she's the green one, but she was the one that was in place every time.
Yeah.
And Nia was like, "Oh, what we doing?"
Yeah.
You could see it a few times. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, Nia needs to go. Jay needs to be in there with somebody that knows what they're doing and can guide her, just like anyone else that's green that they see as a promising star that's going to help elevate them. It don't matter if it's Jade or anybody else, but if you're green, you need to be in there with somebody that, you know, is going to help you.
Yeah.
It's like Nia is coasting.
Yeah. For various reasons.
Yep.
Wade says that Nia has to move through her gears, but Nia doesn't have any gears.
Nope.
The pace you see her going at is the pace she's got.
I'm gonna be honest with you, the only gear she's got is called entitled. That's about how I see it.
Nia's taken down, and Jade goes to the top rope, and I'm wondering, what are you doing on the top rope? And she executes a very nice frog splash.
Yes.
It was very nice. You can tell that she's been working on it. It was good.
Yep. I don't think she need to be doing splashes.
I think she's
good with her ground game.
I don't think she does either, but I think she decided to implement this because she was going against a substantially larger opponent.
Yeah. But she got up there, it wasn't cumbersome.
It wasn't cumbersome. She got on out there, and she delivered it well. And because Nia is a bigger woman, when she hit, she wasn't in danger. She being Jade of like slamming her knees on the mat. On the mat and
I think that's a promise. I didn't even think about that, but that's
because Nia's a larger woman. If it was short skirt McDuffie, it might as well have been a splat.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Jade is trying to sign up for knee issues, to be honest. She's too she's a tall woman.
Yeah, she's got long legs.
She gonna need them knees.
Yep. Save your knees, girl.
Save your knees.
Save your knees.
But it was
supplements.
It was a #1 contendership match, so maybe she was pulling out all the stops a little bit. At some point, Naomi runs around the ring and attacks Tiffy. And when Naomi attacks Tiffy, it distracts Jade, who starts jaw-jacking Naomi, and then Nia just kind of smashes her up against the ropes and pulls her down and does something. And then she drags her over and gets the bonsai drop.
Yeah, she calls the annihilator.
She just sits completely on the woman's abdomen. Sits completely on their abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
And all her weight, and just sat there like a sack of potatoes and got the win. So that was over.
Yeah.
So later on, the Street Profits are walking out, and they're still all wrapped up and taped up from their TLC match, and they pass by Mishin and B-Fab, who was giving them all kinds of props. And as they're about to walk away, Mishin tries to get some dab, and Dawkins just leave her hanging. And it's funny, but you can see it's not on purpose. She's just short, and he wasn't looking down at her. He was looking straight ahead, so he missed it. And she was like, all right. And she kept it moving. I did not have any interest in watching the next match, which was the Street Profits versus Fraxium. Fraxium came out while the Street Profits were standing in the ring like they were just going to talk, but they were dressed to wrestle.
The Street Profits, they do heel promos. They do a little bit of heel work, but then they do this all like babyface. I'm like, what are y'all?
It's supposed to be baby faces right now. I guess they were angry baby faces when they showed up attacking everybody. I don't know.
But I don't know. Ford was doing a promo, and it got to the point where the crowd was like, we don't get it. We don't care. We're getting annoyed. This isn't. You can hear the crowd almost be like, this is cringe.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had to move on. I was like, you need to move on.
Yeah.
Because this was bad. He was trying, and it was not hitting. I'm like, you a tag team, and they will not let tag team people speak like, honestly, two single wrestlers. They will not do that. And their tag team division isn't built up. There's no outlet. It's just two people doing something to fill time, and you can't do a promo when your opponent is just somebody that exists. Promos are built on situations, personal or business, and they got neither with any one of these tag teams. DIY is personal with everybody.
Yeah,
they got some. Well, at least Ciampa got something to say, often. But we'll get to that later.
So Fraxium comes out, which is Frazier and Axiom, and they're like, we're happy to be on SmackDown. Yay. And they're talking.
I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, and they're talking, and they want to wrestle the Street Profits for the belts. They want to pull the Motor City Machine Guns. And, the Street Profits are beat up, but Nick Aldis comes out. You know what? That's a great idea. Why don't we have that match right now?
Yeah, you win, you get a number. You be #1 contender if you beat the champion.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are you doing this to the Street Profits like they're a couple of heels?
I
don't know what's going on. We didn't watch this match because
didn't care.
But Fraxium won.
Didn't expect that
with something. I missed what they won.
Don't matter.
Let's see. The next thing is Miz and Carmelo Hayes. And Miz was talking to him about, the main reason why I took that match with Aleister Black is for the film. So if you study the film, you can see ways to get around his offense and all the yada yadas. Like, okay. And they did their whole
Melo don't Miz, and we are Oz him. And he's hyping him up. Oz him. I'm like, okay, he's hyping.
He's trying to hype him up. It's just That was him. The whole thing is bad. The whole thing is bad.
But I like it. Because I'm going to tell you what. The Miz believes in it.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I'm like. If you don't believe it, how we going to believe it, right?
He believes in it. It's just my ears don't. It's just terrible.
It's cringe, but you think it's honest.
And so they go out there, and Miz is all in his suit, and he's, quote unquote manager role, and Aleister Black comes out, and the crowd is just kind of like, it's you. Like, yep, it's him. And
you know what? I get what Cornette and Bryan laugh. I get what they look at the Miz like he's nothing. That's where I was, because I was stuck on when I first started seeing the Miz. I've been stuck there for the longest. I won't watching WWE. Then we get back into it. I was like, oh, he's still doing the same stupid stuff. He's still being annoying with his meaningless gimmick stuff that just eats up time and is cringe, if anything, and he gets beat up. They're stuck there too, because I'm like, you see the past, I'm going to say 4 Miz segments have been damn good.
They have been good.
And it's like, but he's got to get the stank away from years of being a whooping boy,
And then when you hear him talk about his accolades, to have been in this company for as long as he has, and to have stacked up that list of accolades. No, he ain't a 14-time world champion. Yeah, he's not a golden boy, but his statistics aren't bad. He obviously knows what he's doing a little bit, and if you watch him wrestle, he's a good wrestler.
He is mentoring. And he knows what he needs to do. He knows what Hayes needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
He and Hayes need to start being a tag team. They need to get down with that, win the titles, work well together, lose the belts, and then they can go for individual titles.
Yeah.
But still be a force together. Not unless they're like, okay, you graduated. So now we can break all this up. I don't know. It depends on how they want to do it, but they can use this team to do their normal shtick of let's find the star in the tag team and then break them up violently, and then after the pay-per-view, the other one just goes into obscurity while the other one goes on to do mediocrity or go higher.
Yeah,
they can do their normal shtick.
Standard operating procedure.
Yes.
So Black lands a jumping knee strike to Melo's face. That's like severe.
And it should have been the end of the match.
It stretches Melo out. I really think that Black could have got the 3 count, but he lays out like he's whipped too. I think Aleister is not in wrestling shape, so he hasn't got his wrestling cardio down because he seemed to be winded quick. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, he's not all cut like he was in AEW and whatnot. He's smaller because it's like he's lost muscle tone. And yeah, you can see that he's struggling at points. But he still knows what to do.
Yeah.
He knows the assignment. He goes in there for business. And he's presented like they want him to be like Super Beast. The animated stick guy.
Yeah.
And he could do that. He could. No voice. He might laugh about something. He might scowl about something. But right now, he's presented like he's some kind of monster.
And the crowd's not feeling it.
No, they're not.
They are not believing it.
I wonder if they're like, okay, we're going to go back to Malachi Black and go back to AEW, you traitor.
Huh.
That's probably what it is. Or you're dark. You're trying to be like Undertaker. You're trying to be like whatever the heck. But you don't, you didn't convince me. Work on it.
Yeah.
That's what the crowd seems like.
It's not flying, Trip.
It's not flying.
And Melo keeps throwing these half-hearted kicks at Black the whole time, setting Black up to do whatever.
Anything.
But, he's not committing to them, and they just look stupid. It's like you just lifting your leg. What?
Melo is not a striker like that.
He's not. So they should have done something different.
They really should have.
Because it looked poor.
He's throwing kicks like, I'm trying to hit you, but I'm afraid to do it because I think what you might do to me. That's what it looked like. Kick that beehive over there. Unprotected? Yes. That's what he looked like.
Let's see. Later on in the match, Miz hops up on the apron to distract, and Melo tries to blast Aleister Black, but he moves, ends up blasting Miz.
Yeah,
and then,
you see that coming a mile away.
And then, how did he get rolled up? Yeah, and then Melo rolls, not Melo, Melo gets rolled up and pinned by.
He did something else. It wasn't his standard move, but he did something and he pinned Melo.
It was a roll up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have roll up if it wasn't.
And then
Miz tries to get into the ring to do something,
and
he catches that kick and gets stretched out.
It was a nice kick. It's just shy of a potato.
Mm-hmm.
It's just shy. He got the speed. He pulls it at the right time. But that's scary.
So after that, they're going back to the back, and we got Jacob and we got Solo. And Solo's like, we need a plan, man. We ain't got no troops, man. Everybody's hurt, man. What we gonna do, man? What we gonna do? And Jacob's like, basically, shut up.
What we gonna do, Spike? Everyone's hurt, Spike. Come on, Spike. What we gonna do, Spike? Talk to me, Spike.
Jacob's like, shut up. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna rain holy hell on these three dudes.
I'm gonna dog walk everybody in there.
And then I'm gonna have my title.
And he looked at him like, I'm about tired of you doubting me, bro.
Yeah. I don't need no game. Jacob don't need no game plans. He is the game plan.
Yep.
Jacob's the plan A and the plan B.
He should have said, I don't need no plan. They need a plan. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jacob looked at him like, I'm getting sick of your shit, and walked off. And Solo looked at him like, I'm getting sick of your shit.
Yep.
So they're equally getting sick of each other's shit. But it's all Solo's fault because there's that one stretch of time where Jacob's trying to tap in with him for a minute. And he dropped the ball. All I had to do was text him back.
Yep.
I'm all right. I just need some time to get my head together. See how long that took for me to say? It took about twice as long to type. That's all I needed. Didn't do it. So next was Los Garza came out. And they're wrestling Andrade and Phoenix. And Los Garza is comprising Berto. I try to say his name right because Berto sounds terrible. Berto and Angel, although Angel. And they just don't look like a tag team.
No, they don't.
They don't. And when we first started watching, they did. They even used to both have the same claw marks on their chest, matching tights, but they don't do that no more. And then they come out there with Escobar, who's trying to be like a manager and a little bit positive, but it's short-lived because he's like a rageaholic and always raining hell down on his team.
And it's a long, competitive match.
Yeah, Andrade and Phoenix versus them is a very long match.
And I get why they're doing this, but this is like, bruh, you got a tag team versus throw it together real quick. And I'm like, that throw it together real quick should not win. Mm-hmm. And I get sick of WWE doing that.
Yeah.
Just throw some people together and then beat people that know what they're doing together.
Yeah. They had Andrade in the trio woe, and Angel ran across the ring, this little tippy toe run, and kicked him, I think, and it was like, man, that looked terrible. I'm not saying you got to sprint, but he was running less than the ladies do.
Yeah.
I don't know what was up with that. Maybe he was unsure about what he was going to do. I don't know.
It was weird.
Yeah. But Phoenix and Andrade were working well together. And Berto gets pinned. Who get pinned by Phoenix?
Yep.
He gets pinned by Phoenix. Phoenix and Andrade leave the ring. And Berto was in the ring, convalescing a little bit. And Angel gets down and talks to him. He's his tag team partner. And here comes Escobar. Get up. Break it up.
Like, what was that?
What was that? Now, granted, he himself, Escobar, just lost to Phoenix last SmackDown, right?
Oh, that don't count.
It don't count. I guess they're supposed he holding them to a higher standard. Not really. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
And he's berating them again in the ring. And Berto, he's pointing at, he does something, and Berto kind of pushes his arm off of him, like, "Don't be touching me."
Get off me, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Get off me, man.
Just like that.
Like Indio champ.
And they're looking at Escobar. It looks indignant, like, "How dare you talk back to me?" That's exactly how Escobar looked.
Mm-hmm.
And Berto was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he leave and wave him off. And Angel stand in the ring like, "I don't know what's happening." And that was it for that.
Insane.
Yep. And now for your main event, Cena comes out.
Your main event is talking.
Cena comes out and gets the standard introduction. And I'm like, "Announcer, you are stupid. This has happened 3 times.
It's a stick.
It's a poor stick." I'm like, "Just hold on to the card and do it right." You never know. You might get a tip.
I was like, after the first 2 times, okay, it's a thing. But now it's like, it's just better because it's like, you can look at it from a fan point of view, a business point of view, just do it the right way the first time.
Yes.
But doing it this way, I get what Cena's doing. It prolongs the entrance. He doesn't have to announce himself. The ring announcer does it for him. The crowd hates it. I get it. It's just being rational. It's just like, announce a guy, just do it right the first time.
Yeah. And so he's re-announcing him, and then someone lobs an empty beer bottle into the ring, and he stops the announcer and picks up the beer bottle and holds it up like, "Really? Really, you low lives?" And then he just chucks it out and tells the announcer to continue, which he does.
You can see Cena smiling like, "Oh, I got heat."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I'm doing my job." And that's the only thing that I miss about Cena. He come out, do a little talk at the camera, time to go to work, and he gets to the ring. I don't care if he walk, but I just miss that part when he say, "Time to go to work."
But
that's it.
He goes on to do a very long promo talking about, how he epitomizes hustle, loyalty, and respect, and how Randy never has. Basically, he's a Nepo baby. He's cruising. He's coasting. He does not have to work hard. He's been lying to himself. His granddaddy ain't shit. His only good thing his daddy did was knock up his mama, and he's not shit, and nobody else gonna be shit in his family. It's basically what John was trying to say.
You ain't shit, right?
Yeah. You
ain't never gonna be shit, right?
And
I felt bad a few times in my day.
And so basically John had got to the end of this humiliating anti-Randy saga, and he's holding up his belt, and a dude dressed like Randy, but obviously not Randy, especially his face and head covered, jumps in the ring to attack, and he gets attitude adjusted. Is that what it is?
Fireman's carry slam.
And he lays there like he's dead, and then John's standing there happy because, he got him, and then here comes Randy looking very much larger and red in the face, and he RKO's Cena, and Cena lays there like he's dead. And the crowd sings from their chest about the voices they hear in their heads.
Insane. And that's all that happened.
Yeah.
3 hours. 3 hours. I'm glad they're cutting out a lot of stuff, the advertisements, but yeah, that's gonna do it for us. So this has been Cedric Castillo for CR Wrestling Commentary, SmackDownish. Remember, subscribe, like, share, all that jazz. Click that bell so y'all can be cool, be chill, be safe, and we can see you next time.